Yes, yeah. Good evening, all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, where the screen is visible or not? Yes.
Yes, your voice is clear and screen is visible.
Then thank you. So in the yesterday demo session, just I was briefing you about why Python, right? How it was built, Python real-time applications. Let us have a quick review what we have discussed in the last session. It's a general purpose programming, any kind of applications we can develop using Python, like automation applications, web applications, GUI applications, animation applications, networking applications, desktop applications, many varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python. Multi-programming features, what all the features we see in different other programmings, all those features we see in Python. It's a high-level language. It's human understandable, portable, and machine independent. Can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. It's an interpreted language, line by line execution. We see user-friendly programming or programmer-friendly, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements. So two types of languages: low-level and high-level language. Low-level language, they are not human understandable. They are not portable and machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating system. But high level language like Python, human understandable, portable, and machine independent, can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. So Python has got procedural oriented programming features. It has got object oriented programming features. It has got scripting and modular programming. Procedural oriented like C language, object oriented like C++, Java, scripting like shell script, and modular programming like Modular 3. So we can write many automation scripts using Python in IoT, robotics, in DevOps environment, right? And if you go back like in the year 2010, Java is mostly preferred. Python is very less preferred with 3% usage in the industry. But in from 2020, right, the usage of Python has increased a lot. Python is the number one ranked programming with a diversified number of applications creations, mostly used even in different high-end technologies as an implementation language, right? Yes. So Python has got great boom because of this modular programming. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got, right? Yes, modules. For data science, it has got separate modules like 10 to 15 modules, right? Like NumPy, CP, Pandas, Matplotlib, CP, Scikit-learn, right? In this way, for big data, it has got modules, separate modules for networking, for testing, for operating system. For every database, it provides a module like CX underscore Oracle for Python, for MySQL, PyMySQL, right? And for SQL Server, PyODBC. Using these modules only, we are going to connect by just providing the connecting details, right? It's very simple to connect with any database using Python. And for every file format, for Excel, CSV, for JSON, XML, PDF, for all this, right? Separate modules Python is providing. Just by writing Python code, a Excel file gets created. Just by writing Python code, we can create a sheet in Excel. Just by writing Python code, we can insert data into Excel. We can read data from Excel. Similarly, we can create PDF files by writing Python code and CSV files, XML files. For mathematical operations, math module. For statistical operations, okay, and for generating graphs, right? Any type of graph we can generate using Python. Normal graph, bar graph, histogram, scatter plot, stack plots, right? In this way, thousands of models, 89,300 models Python has got for different domains, right? Yes. And what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Like for web applications, right? Mostly used for creating web applications using a framework So we have got Django framework. Python has got many framework. Django is one of the famous framework of Python. It has got its own database, SQLite 3. It has got its own application server. Using this Django, we can develop we can develop applications at a rapid speed. It has got many flexible features it is going to provide. It is going to take care about the entire project related PY files. And for automation applications using technologies like data science, IoT, DevOps, right? Where the implementation goes in Python. Data science, where machine learning, deep learning, we require a language to code. So Python is the mostly chosen language, right, for this data science environment. Even for big data, for huge data and petabytes to store it and process it, we have got like Hadoop and Spark. Spark, very high speed processing. Spark implemented by using Python language. We call like PySpark. And for scientific applications, right? For scientific applications, we have got CP. And for numerical analysis, we have got NumPy. For numerical analysis, we have got NumPy, right? Yes. For GUI and animations, we have got models like tkinter and PyQt. For game development, Python provides a framework called Pygame, Pygora, right? And PySoy, a 3D rendering library, right? For 3D games. For scheduling tasks, we have got Airflow, Python is providing. And for test cases, and for software development, and for business applications, Python is one of the best choice in developing e-commerce systems, database applications, right? Where Python can connect with any database. For web scraping, for scraping data, or extracting data from different websites. Networking applications, for networking applications, especially we have got Twisted Python, right? It's providing like Twisted Python, right? And for CAD applications or 3D CAD applications, CAD or 3D CAD applications, right? And audio and video applications. For audio and video applications, yes, we are using Python, right? Some examples like TIMP layer, C player examples of Python used within this audio and video applications creations. Embedded applications, which the most famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi, which uses Python script, right? Robotics, robotics with Python, right? And computer vision for color detection, face detections, and object detection, Python is preferred. And for data analysis, right? And for desktop applications, right? Desktop applications, single user applications.
So what is meant by desktop application?
Single user console applications, right? Not like a single desktop applications means single user applications, not distributed applications. Okay. So yes, and these are some of the examples, right, where Python is mostly preferred. So any kind of applications you can develop, right? Okay. And who are using Python today? Topmost applications built using Python and the companies using Python, right? Google using Python for its web search systems and YouTube for its video sharing service. Yahoo using Python, right? And Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python, right? Yes. Yahoo, right? Yahoo using Python and Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python. Instagram, right, is built using Python. The main reason for Instagram for choosing Python hybrid features, Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, Dropbox are built using Python. The popular OTT platform Netflix also using Python for its security automation and subscription related things, right? MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. BitTorrent using Python, and iRobot for military and commercial applications and for hardware testing purpose. Hardware testing, right? Hardware testing, like companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all these, they use Python, right, for hardware testing purpose. And reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Reasons which makes it suddenly super popular. Very less code you see in Python. Very simple syntaxes, looks like normal English statements. There is no prerequisites for learning Python. Anybody can update as it looks like normal English statements. In today's session, just I'll be briefing you the coding of Python as compared with other programmings, how simple and the length-wise you can check, complexity-wise you can check, how simple it looks, and the interactive mode given by Python. For each and every statement, right? Interactive mode. For each and every statement, it gives response. Wide varieties of applications, right? And multi-programming features. Many built-in modules, 89,300 modules, right? Yes. That is what we have discussed, right? And today I'll show you some comparisons between Python code and other language code, right? And also you can also observe this coding of Python. People from non-programming or zero programming, right? You can understand how simple this Python statements. So now Python comparison, right? Python comparison with other programming. Yes. I will take a task, I'll implement the task in multiple programming languages, right? Accepting two values from the user keyboard, and performing addition. Accepting two values from the user keyboard and performing addition. Accepting two values, right, and performing addition, right? So first I'll write this using Java, right? Later I'll show you in Python. You can just observe coding wise, length wise, complexity wise, right? How this Python statements. So if you got knowledge on Java, you can just go through the following code, right? Yes. To just take two numbers from the keyboard and performing addition, right? Import java.io.start. Yes, class sample. Public static void main. String aux. Public static void main. String aux throws IO exception, right? Yes. Input stream reader. New input stream reader, right? New input stream reader of system.in buffered reader, right? Buffer reader br equal to new buffered reader system.out.println system.out.println, right? Yes. Enter the first number, enter the first number, whatever number you have entered, right? Will be taken as string type, string s1 br dot read line, right? So yes, string s1, right? Convert the string to int, right? Int I equal to integer dot parse int, integer dot parse int of s1, and enter the second number. Yes, fine. Enter the second number, string s2 br dot readline integer dot parse int of s2. Yes, finally saying, right, system dot out dot println I plus j. So this is the execution in both Python and Java, right? So just I'm copying a notepad file, right? I'm copying to a separate notepad file, right? I'm saving it, file, save. I'm saving it to a separate and creating a separate folder, Python 8 p.m. batch. Python 8 p.m. Right, just say like sample.java. Save it. Yes. So just to go to the command prompt, cmd, by typing cmd in the search panel, just type cmd. cd/cd python 8 p.m. batch. Yes. Python 8 p.m. batch. Java C sample Java C sample.java. Enter. So there are no errors. If there are any errors, it should have been displayed here, but no errors here. Java sample, just it says enter the first number, enter the second number, you got the output 30. But I don't know like how many of you have understood this code, right? It looks little complex to understand this code. So what do you mean by class? What is public static void main? What is IO exception? Input stream reader, buffer reader, system.out.println, enter first number. So here what is read line? What is integer.parseInt? So the statements looks little complex without any knowledge of this Java, right? But You can see the code, like you see like 10 to 12 lines of code. The same task I'll try to write in Python. Not more than 3 lines. So the same task I'll write in Python now, not more than 3 lines. They look like normal English statements, right? Not as complex as other programmings, right? Yes. File, new file. Now just observe, I want to x value and y value, x and y. To add two numbers, I want, right? Input, enter value of x, input, enter value of y, input, enter value of y. Input, enter value of x, input, enter value of y. Print x plus y. That's it. This is the coding in Python, right? For the same task, what we have seen in Java, entering the value for x in the first line, entering the value for y in the second line, print x plus y, right? So it's without any knowledge of any programming, right? You can easily understand this, right? Looks like normal English statements. But here also in Python, if you are inputting any value from the keyboard, it's taken as a string, we need to typecast to integer. So later I discuss in our course what is this input and why we are typecasting, but this is the code, right? For the same thing what we have discussed using Java. Yeah. Very less coding you see, right? Not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programming. Sorry. Yes. Now I'm saving this file, save. File, save, right? Now I'm saving again 8 p.m. dot Java, right? Sorry, dot py extension, right? Now see this run module. Enter value of x 10, enter value of y 20, sum is 30. Yeah, 1 second. How simple the Python statements, right? So it looks like normal English statements. Entering the value for x, input, enter the value of y. So for x, you are giving one value, for y, you are providing one value, right? Print x plus y. Yes.
So there is no comparison here in Python, or like automatically it will compile that one.
So here Python is an interpretation language. Python is interpretation. Java is both compiled and interpreted, but Python is interpretation language. Line by line execution is going to happen, right?
So just one small doubt. So if you forgot to give that int, whether it will throw any error or it will not throw any error.
It won't give any error.
So it won't give an error, and output also it will be shown as a blank, or like it will be spaces only.
I remove this int, right?
Yeah.
Input, enter value of x, enter value of y. Whatever you are entering will be taken as a string through input function. Whatever you are inputting will be taken as string in Python or Java, right?
Yes.
Whatever input they will be taken as string. Whenever you are adding, two strings gets added, not two integers. Two strings gets added. Two strings means, for example, hello plus world means two. Hello is one string, world is one string. You will get hello world as the output. Here also the same thing. If you enter 10, 20, you won't get 30. First string followed by second string. So enter value of x10, enter value of y20. You will get 1020, but not 30. So what is your understanding? It will be taken as a string type to input function. Whatever you are inputting, 10 or 20 or float or anything, right? Take as that's why, as it is taking as a string, typecast to int type. I want to convert to integer type. Now it will be taken as int type. That's what we have done here. So later I will be briefing you about this much in our regular session, like input function, right? Typecasting in Python. Now check this run module, right? Enter value of x, 10, enter value of y, 20, sum will be 30. If you do any mistake here, this bracket is not closed. Run, it gives error mark there. Syntax error, bracket was not closed. So just observe the statements, right? No need of any unnecessary statements like ending with semicolons, main, all this. One more example, right? Just to see that coding of Python, right? Sample examples I show you. For example, x is some list of values 30, 10, 50, 40, 20. I got some values, list of values. So they are O, right? First one as string, second was an integer, you will get error. One string and one integer can't be added. Two strings you can add, two integers you can add. One string, one integer. What is the value of hello plus 3? Hello is one string, 3 is one integer. Hello plus 3 output is what? Error. Two strings you can add or two integers you can add, but one string, one integer you cannot add. I've taken some list of values here. Now see this print. In other programming, we say arrays. Print x prints this as it is. Print len of x means length. Length of x. What is the length of x here? Number of elements. Length of x is what? Yes. You cannot convert hello to integer. It gives error. Yes. You cannot convert hello to integer. It gives error. No. Len of x is fine. So it's very simple. Without writing any code, right? Directly we can perform operations. For example, find the max element from this given list. Here only 5 elements. Think that you got some 200 elements. 200 elements are there. I want to find the max element from this. X is the list, the name of it. In that, assume you got some 500 elements. In that, I want to find the max element. So Python providing simple syntax, right? Max, I want max of which list? X list, that's it. So before you execute, right, you need to save it. Run value here, 50. Here you are able to say, as there are only 5 elements, but if you have got 200 elements, for example, today like 200 transactions happen, their prices are provided. I want to know the max revenue. What was the max revenue, right? Means max value to transaction. Max value to transaction. Just say max of it. Use the max value. So no need to write coding like other programming, right? Where you will be comparing the element with each element, right? Comparing with each and every element. Here, say min of x. What it returns? Mean value it returns. What is the mean value? Yes, from how many elements, even 500 elements, 1000 elements, it returns mean is 10. And for example, if you have got some, for example, today 100 transactions happen, their prices are given like the 10,000, 20,000, 15,000, 7,000, 6 like this. I want to find the sum of the total. What is the total revenue generated? I want 30 plus 10 plus 50 plus 40 plus 20. I want sum of all this. How will you do it? In other programming, you will write code, right? Some initially that some value is 0, you will iterate it, add one by one value and compute it, right? But here just I want the sum of which list? X list. See that sum? What is the sum of this? Sum of this 150, right? 150. Yes. So in this way, I want to arrange them in ascending order, in a particular order, ascending lowest to highest, right? Print, just say sorted of X. So all these statements look like normal English statements, but anyone with zero programming knowledge can understand these Python statements. Ascending in ascending order you got. Yes. If you want them in descending order, want these elements in the descending order. Sorted of X, same sorted of X only. It doesn't have any separate function. Again, it prints in ascending order. It prints in ascending order. But if you want in descending, right? Ascending, if you are reversing it, you will get in descending, right? Reverse it. Reverse equal to true, you say. That's it. The ascending, if you reverse, you will get in descending, right? Yes. Run model, check this. Yes. Descending order. It's very simple, right? I want to add a new element into the list. To which list you want to add? X is the list name. To that, I want to append a new element, appending a new element 60. That's it. A new element got added. Run module. Check this. A new element 60 got added in this way. X to the X list, appending a new element. I want to remove an element from which list? The list name X dot remove. Which element you want to remove? 40. X dot remove 40, right? Print X. Run module. Remove 40, right? Yes. X dot remove 40, 40 got removed. In this way, we can just perform these operations, right? List operations. We have got a lot of discussion on this list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, list modifications. I want to modify this 10 to 15. Which X? This is 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index, 4 index will be 10. The index starts with 0. So which index? This one index you want to change. So X of one index you want to change to 15. That's it. Index now will be modified to 15. Run module, right? Yes. Now I'll just show you that 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for different environments, right? Whether you are from computer or electronics or civil, whatever it has got models for every environment. I'll just show you one model, right? I'll show you one model, commonly used model, so that you can understand the import math module. So I want to see what is present within this math module. Say dir, directory of math. I want to see the directory of math. So check this. I want to see the directory of this math. Run module. See that log radians, reminder, sine h, square root, tan. So you got some variables like pi is one variable, e is one variable, tau is one variable, right? I want to print the value of pi. I want to print the value of e. Okay. If you want to print anything from this printer within the math module, there is a variable like pi. I want to print the value of pi. What is the value of pi? 3.14, right? Check this. 3.14 is printing 3.14. E value 2.71. But there are many functions. For example, there is a square root property function. There is a square root function, right? You don't know how to work with the square root. I don't know how to use the square root. Python is going to help you, right? There is a help function. There is a help function. So there is a help function, right? It is going to help you with this. Yes. Okay, fine. Help. I want Python is providing a help function. Help within the math module. Which one you want help on? Square root. Yes. It gives the general format of square root. It helps you, right? What it is saying clearly, help on built-in function square root in the module math. Help on built-in function square root in the module math. So square root, you need to provide one value x. If you provide one value x, it returns the square root of the text. Okay. So just I'll say print within the math module, there is a square root. I need to provide one value. I'm providing one value 16. It gives the output of 16. Just check this, run it, run module, it got output 4. In the same way, if you want to, if it doesn't know about any of these, for example, POW is there. You don't know what it is, how to use it. Just say help. I want help, right? Help on within the math module, there is POW. Uh, now check it. It is going to help you run module. Help on built-in function power in the module math. Power expecting two values x comma y. You have to provide two values x comma y. It is saying it returns x to the power of y. This is the power symbol in Python. Clearly, it is saying within bracket x to the power of y. So just to provide two values for this, print within the math module, there is a power function, power of 10 comma 3, 10 to the power of 3000, right? So just it gives the output 1000, right? Yes. In the same way, right? In the same way, yes. Okay. Any other function, you can take the help and you can not only this, any other module. And even generating graphs in Python is very simple, right? Without, you can, within 3 lines, just I'm going to generate a graph. Very simple coding, right? So for that also, we need to use a inbuilt module called matplotlib. For plottings and visualizations, we use this module. Within this, we have got one built-in property, pyplot. So every time I cannot use this very big name in each and every line, just like math. Here also I need to use this. I will use shortcut name, alias name, as I will say. Any name you can give. P you can give, PLT I can give. Now I given PLT, yes. To plot a graph, there is a function, plot function only. For plotting a graph, what you require? X coordinate values, Y coordinate values required, right? I will take a list of X coordinates. X coordinate values are 1, 2, 3. Y coordinate values are 5, some 7 and 4. What? Plot X coordinates and Y coordinates. That's it. Plot this X and Y coordinates and show the graph. To show the PLT dot show. That's it. Save file, save it. I'm saving dot py, right? Now is what we have provided, right? Run module. Okay, for 1, 5, 2, 7. Just check this right values. 1, 5, 2, 7, 3, 4. What a graph. See, yes, some people are messaging, right? So you want yesterday, if you are absent for yesterday's first session, demo session, right? You can see in the chart, right? There is a demo video link is given. You can see in the chart panel, the online team has forwarded. Once again, I'm re-forwarding those, right? Demo video of yesterday's. If anyone missed yesterday's session, you can just go through that. Sorry.
Hello, sir.
1 second.
We require X and Y axis for plotting, right?
Okay, see the demo video once again I forward. You can go through that, right? Yes, 1 second. You want any value, you can give float. Okay, int value. We didn't give this float values. How you got this? You are asking. Hello.
Yes, we got that well.
So you give the x coordinates, and these are the y coordinates. Based on the x and y coordinates, your graph is generated, right? In this way. Just observe for x coordinate 1. For 1, what is the value? 5. For 1, 5. For 2, you got 7. For 2, you got 7. For 3, you got 4. By default, the minimum value and max value in x coordinate, min is 1, max is 3. And in y coordinate, min is 4, max is 7. From that, it is going to compute. But I got a solid graph in blue color. I doesn't want a solid graph. I want a dotted graph here. Just to give comma and say dot in this way. That's it. You will get a dotted graph. Very simple. You will get like dotted style graph in this way. You got the color as blue. I want some other color. Just to give comma here, and again you say COLOR color equal to green. Like normal English statements, you can just specify the color. You will get the color green. Okay, fine. For example, some age values are given of 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, right? Some salaries, their incomes are like this. For 30 years, 30,000. For 40 years, 40,000. For 50, it is 35,000. And for 60, it is 50,000, right? Now plot a graph for this. Run module, right? See, for 30, 30,000. For 40, 40,000. For 50, 35,000. For 60, 50,000. For this x coordinate, I want see what is, I want some name to this x axis. I want some name to the y axis. I want some title for the graph. Very simple, right? Like normal English statements, you can say PLT, right? PLT means this. For x label, for x axis label, for x axis label, you gave as age. PLT dot y axis label, built-in functionality. You say income, and a PLT dot title. I want title for this graph, some sample graph. Sample graph, right? Yes. Check it. You will get that x coordinate name, y coordinate title for this, right? Check this output. X-axis age, y-axis income, then the title is sample graph. Yes. So instead of plot, if I give BAR, bar graph will be generated. If I give HIST, histogram, if I give PIE, pie graph, if I say scatter plot. So just 2 minutes I take, right? One more example, right? How simple generating graphs. One more example on graph I showed, right?
Sir, do we not have a line separator here, like semicolon or something?
No, no line separator.
And if the program gets big, and suppose a person who is new to programming, and if he types everything in the same line, how will it interpret then?
There is no kind of enter. See, if multiple statements, if you want multiple statements within a single line, then you can use semicolon. You can use go with them. Okay.
Okay, so semicolon is available and it can be used.
Semicolon, like other programming language, we won't use every statement ending with semicolon, terminated. It's in other programming. Here, no.
Okay, all right, sir.
Show this output again, sir.
One second. See this. For 30, 30,000. For 40, 40,000. For 50, it is 35. For 60, it is 50,000.
Vijay, if we mention anywhere else in uppercase letter, so what will be happen here? Like for example, in PLT you mentioned, right? It's all are lowercase. If the first letter will be the uppercase, whether the code will be accepted or it will be show it will throw any error.
Here or here.
No, no, down PLT there anywhere else PLT
So
dot show.
whatever name you have given here, the same name has to be given. If it is in
Uh,
upper, you should give in upper only. If it is in lower, Python is case sensitive. Upper and lower taken differently.
for if you give p caps, right, it will throw any error or it will not throw.
Here, if you give P capital, here in all these cases, you need to take the same name.
No, I'm asking like if we forgot and we given uppercase letter, okay, so what will happen in the output?
Here you want to give capital,
Yes, yes.
you will get error there. PLT is not defined. What is that PLT capital?
Okay.
Okay, fine. File, new file, just observe, right. Same thing, previous example, import matplotlib dot pyplot. I can give any name like PLT or any other. So here I want to analyze how are the mobile sales. Mobiles, some different mobiles I'm taking, Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, OnePlus. So I want to just the sales like August sales. So for Samsung, 45 sales in August, in Vivo 10, and for Oppo 15, and for OnePlus 30 sales. So now generate a pie graph. PLT I say dot plot I said, now I will say PIE. I want a pie graph based on this August sales. In the output, use the labels as mobiles only. The mobile names only use as the labels. Check it, right? PLT dot show. Do you see any complex word here? Just we are using generating a pie graph. Save it first. A pie graph is going to generate which has got the models. So which one? Samsung has got more sales, 45, next to OnePlus with 30, next to Oppo with 15, and Vivo. I didn't give the colors, automatically you will get the colors. But also we have got option to specify your own colors, right? And okay, many other things we can provide. So generating a normal pie graph in this way. Very simple code, right? 3 to 4 lines. So the mobile names, the sales in August, and the pie graph based on the August sales on this. Even if you go for any complex graph, right? Even if you want to go just one example on a complex graph, you can just check with this example, right? I want a stack plot. Visualize by using a graph. How did you spend your 5 days of what are the various activities? So just check this, right? A graph, matplotlib by plot as PLT, right? Days, 5 days. So first, what are the activities like sleeping, eating, working, playing? Day one, you spend 7 hours for sleeping, 2 hours for eating, 7 hours for working, 8 hours for playing. 8 plus 7, 15 plus 2, 17 plus 7, 24 hours. Day one you got. This is the day two, the time spent for different activities. This is for day three. This is for day four. I want a stack plot. PLT.py I said previously, PLT.plot I said. Now I want a stack plot. See these days as the x coordinates, these 4 activities as the y coordinates. And for these 4 activities, I want 4 colors, I said. And x-axis label is days, y-axis label is hours. Title some sample graph. Sure. Just check this, right? A stack plot. Can you check this? A stack plot is generated. See that hours, 24 hours. And this days as x coordinate. Day one, see this 7 hours for sleeping, 2 hours for eating, next 7 hours for working, 8 hours for playing. Day two, sleeping increased, eating increased, working increased. Day three, there is a decrease. So in this way, you can just generate any types of graphs. Just sample examples coding set. Yesterday, someone was asking like how this Python coding without any knowledge, right? Did you see any complex statements here, complex words like Java, input stream reader, buffer reader, class, public static void main? In that way, no complex statements, right? So from tomorrow, we are going to start with this Python course, starting with this Python versions, Python installations, Python execution modes, right? So just yesterday and today just was introductory session regarding Python, what kind of applications we can develop and what are the reasons which makes it super popular. This is the course content I'm going to discuss, right? So you can see, you can compare this course content with other training sites. You can see in brief why Python, history, applications, features, installations, flavors, operations, batch modes, constants, variables, comments, input-output statements, escape sequences, operators, different types, IDEs, integrated development environment, working in Anaconda distribution, Anaconda prompt navigator, Jupyter notebook, right? Flow control statements, basic Python, looping statements, strings, collections, lists, tuples, sets, dictionaries in Python, functions in Python, modular programming, packages, errors and exceptions, file handling, object-oriented programming in the brief, regular expressions in Python, database connectivity, Python data and time, operating system module, advanced concepts, iterator generator, closures, decorators, graphic programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, and some modules related to it, pandas module, numpy module, matplotlib module, right? This is Python core and advanced, right? And people who wants to go for full stack, right? Apart from this Python core and advanced, Python framework like Django will be covered. Django web framework, Django installation, project architecture, applications creations, Django views, templates, admin, models, advanced concepts. And with 15 to 20 applications, I'm going to make you develop, right, in this Django framework with REST APIs and UI technologies, right? HTML in brief. 1 second. HTML, okay, here. HTML, CSS, JavaScript will be discussed, right? Yes. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So for only Python, I will be spending nearly 70 hours, that is 2 months. The fee structure is 5,000 for only Python. And if you want total full stack Python, right? Where Python core advanced application oriented modules, Django framework, UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and with project, everything will be covered. The fee structure is 10,000 for full stack. Can see the course content, right? Which Python version? The latest Python version, Python 3.12 will be covered, right? The latest Python version, Python 3.12. So you can see that yesterday video, if anybody wished, you can see the demo video, a link is given. And also the course content link also provided. The payment process is given, right? The payment process and details. Tomorrow also everyone can attend the session. Same time at 8 p.m. using the same link to see more on this, right? Now, if you have got any queries, you can go with your queries, right? Anyone related to. And the offerings, you'll be getting the session video. Everyone will be getting the recorded video of every session. The classroom notes, soft copy of it, and assignments and tasks, and a WhatsApp group will be created for technical discussions, right? Recording, you will be getting the recording, right? Every day you'll be getting the recording of that session. So nearly you'll be getting 70 to 75 Python recordings, right? Nearly 70 to 75 recordings you'll be getting of all the sessions. And apart from means again for Django for full stack plus 50 hours, 50 videos, totally 125 videos you'll be getting for full stack. Yes. Yeah, any queries, right? Course validity means you're talking about that videos validity, right? For Python, it will be 6 months. For full stack, it will be like 10 months. Okay. Fine. Any other query? Yes.
Can you open that task 2 now? I think which you have mentioned about some values like x equal to 30, 10, 20, something like that. No? Task 2 or test 2, something you have saved in your second one. I think this is the first one. No? Second test 2.py. Okay, so here you have mentioned like we can append some values, right, and then remove. Okay, can you execute this one once? Uh, so first it will print, right? But in between we have given remove the 40 na. So but in the starting, right, it's still showing na starting 1, 30, 10, 50, 40, 20 starting.
Here 40 got removed. Here 10 got modified to 15. Last statement.
Okay, so it will not modify the first one, na? First output one, print x, print length or something.
This
These
one,
will
this.
not be modified, right?
No, everything gets. This is your final list. This is the first statement output. This is second statement output. This is third statement, fourth statement. This final print text means print the list. This is where 40 is not present.
Okay, so here what is that x of 1 equal to 50 mean? That is the first element or second element, that one?
This 0 means this 0 means first element. 1 means second, this one. X
0.
of 1 means this one. Modifying that to 15. Yes, modify.
Okay. Okay, Vijay.
Fine. So some other queries for classes will be taking every day. Yes, course duration for full stack. Course duration for full stack for Python, it will be 2 months, 70 hours will be discussed. And for Django framework, that REST API project, and that HTML, CSS, it will take 2 more months, right? For full stack, it will be 4 months. For Python, it will be 2 months, right? But even for full stack, if you want to go parallelly, right? Monday to Friday, weekdays with Python, Saturday, Sundays, weekend batches will be there. Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours on HTML, CSS, Django. Like if you want to go parallel, you can go in that way. Yes. Classes will be from Monday to Friday. Yes. Right. Monday to Friday. So for this batches, which are Django batches, there won't be any Python batches on Saturday and Sunday. Django batch I'm talking. HTML, CSS, these things, right? Saturday and Sunday. That will be intimated in your WhatsApp groups, which will be created, right? Fine. Okay, fine. So if I'm done with your queries, if there are no other queries, I will
Sir,
sign. Yes.
partially you will means on Saturday and Sunday you will take HTML and CSS JavaScript, or after finishing this Python you will go to the full stack.
See, I said clearly, right? If you want to complete in 2 months total full stack, go with parallel. Otherwise, if you want to do one after the other after completion of Python, once you got enrolled with full stack, you can attend any of my Django batches.
Okay, on one after other then.
So many batches, most of the batches will be on Saturdays and Sundays. There will be some regular batches also that you can join.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So I'm stopping for now. We'll continue tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock with the same method. Thank you all for your time. Thank you, meeting.
Thank you, Vijay.
Will we be allowed to attend for a second time? Means, see, for example, okay, if you missed any sessions because of we have got a long gap. Sometimes because of your office timings, if you are unable to attend evening, if you want to attend morning, right, you can intimate and you can just get that permission for it. If you want to reattend any of any of this topic, or if any one thing if you want, you can also reattend in any of my batch. Okay.